Here in Indiana, it's a decision thousands of women make every year.
Tonight, our Emily Longnecker shares one woman's story about how this procedure changed her life forever.
We spoke with a woman who's been outspoken in the past about her decision to have an abortion almost 9 years ago. She called the future terrifying for young women in this country if the now constitutionally protected right to an abortion is overturned and placed in the hands of the states.
Almost 9 years ago, Victoria Barrett and her husband made a choice.
That process was, I think, not a typical abortion in that we did have a choice, but the choices we had were not typical.
The couple learned early on in Victoria's first pregnancy the baby she was carrying would likely not make it to term because of a chromosomal abnormality.
It wasn't a choice between have a child and not have a child. It was a choice between have an abortion or have a potentially dangerous and potentially fertility destroying miscarriage at some point in the coming months.
So just shy of 16 weeks, Victoria had an abortion. 3 months later, she was pregnant with her oldest son, Finn. 16 months later came Ewan.
I know without doubt that if we hadn't chosen the abortion, that there wouldn't be two little boys who live in this house with me.
Now she wonders what women who find themselves in similar circumstances will do if the right to an abortion is overturned.
We're pretty confident that it will be outlawed here. So the best bet for somebody in my circumstance would be to go probably to Chicago.
But what happens if someone can't afford that kind of trip?
But the people who are going to be most impacted are going to be low-income women, poor women who may not have the means to travel in order to get access to an abortion.
Professor India Thusi with IU's Maurer School of Law says she read the draft opinion and says its argument that privacy isn't a part of liberty guaranteed by the Constitution could eventually impact other rights.
So it's really an opening to undermine our right to privacy, our right to engage in things like obtain contraception, that states will be able to restrict those rights. And so it's a very scary opinion.
We are going to lose so much more than the ability to have an abortion.
A protected right Victoria Barrett had access to, one she believes others should as well, no matter the reason behind their choice.
My story is an extreme circumstance where, it didn't feel like a choice. But I believe in choice pretty unconditionally. And I think that pregnancy and parenthood are deeply personal.